Hey y'all, it's your girl Courtney.
And I'm Rashana.
And we are
the 1000 Club.
As you can see, we're still getting the intro together, but we are back. And as you can see, there are two of us, the New England Hustlers, Rashana and myself, will be taking over the 1000 Club podcast for a special edition to the 1000 Club podcast for a Summer Heat series. Christy will be back with us, so stay tuned for upcoming seasons. But right now, you got the two of us, and we are going to bring you something exciting. You want to tell them what it is?
Yes.
Okay.
We are going to be bringing you Tales from the Clit.
Ooh.
So that is the title of this Summer Heat edition, and we're going to be talking everything sex, health, love, intimacy, and how to just get it right, okay? This is for the ladies, the fellas, the single, the married, the situationships, the entanglements. We want everybody in on this conversation. We plan on having plenty of special guests for you all, those who are experts by trade and certification and degrees, and those of us that are just experts by experience because we've lived it.
Experience.
So why don't we just tell them like how we came about deciding to have this summer series?
Yeah.
I can't remember when we first had the conversation. What was the catalyst for this?
I feel like we've always been talking about doing a summer heat type of series to talk about sex, intimacy, self-pleasure, and all of that.
Okay.
And then we said, you know what? This summer, we're going to do it. And I think we were talking about just like our sexual experiences and our experience and our interest in sex. I was trying to get the word out. And I think we just decided to do it. This was the summer we said, F it. We're gonna take over this summer with the summer heat.
Yeah, I don't really remember what the spark was. We've been having quite a few conversations from just types of condoms.
Child, yes. Make sure y'all come back and get us to tell that story.
Yeah, we've had conversations just about like what makes something good or what makes sex bad. We've also been having a lot of conversations. Courtney and I are both in therapy, and I think coming into your 30s and being in therapy as you are growing and finding out more things about yourself also acts as a vehicle for you to explore the different things that you were taught about sex and your body and what you're supposed to like and what to expect and how to or not to communicate with your partner. And so I think we were just having a lot of those different conversations, and we thought it would be good to get some other opinions and also share our conversations with others so that it could be helpful. You know, as I said, we're going to have some men on here. So ladies, tell us what you like so we can make sure that they're informed. We're also going to make sure that they know the body and that we know the body. I was recently actually on the Honey Pots page, and they had a representative at the Essence Festival, and she had a picture of the vagina or the vulva. And I'm even embarrassed that I don't even know all the parts, but I'm going to learn during this summer series.
Yes.
And she was asking people, can you name the different parts, like the clitoris and the vagina and the vulva and the labia and all that type of stuff. And many people, women and men, could not do that. But it's something that we talk about so much. So I'm really excited about this series. Really excited to be doing it with my fellow New England Hustler. If you don't know what New England Hustler is, you go back and can watch. I think it's our first episode from season 2.
Yes.
Where we talk about why we are the New England Hustlers. But we'll tell you anyway. Why are we the New England Hustlers?
Because we from New England and we be hustling.
That's the long story short. As I said, you can go back and see more about why we are the New England Hustlers.
You're wondering how we got here.
Yeah. Or they might not be with that explanation. At all.
But on that episode, you also get to hear how we became New England Hustlers. how Roshana thought that I would be a great friend based on one single piece of evidence that showed that I would be down.
Oh, I was like, what? I was like, where are you going with this?
You can hear all about that on season 2, episode 1. So make sure you go back and check that out. I was also going to say, I think this conversation started because we had a lot of people who were asking, when are we going to talk about this?
Oh, yes. We asked you all, what you wanted to hear more than 1000 Club, and sex and relationship was one of those things. And we didn't just want to, at least for me, I didn't just want it to be us, maybe similar to some other podcasts that talk about sex where it's just like, girl, we had a time last night. Okay, we had a time last night. I didn't want it to be that because honestly, I think I'm kind of in the middle. Like I want to share a lot, but I also feel like there are certain parts that are just reserved for my partner, and my partner knows what to do, how it gets down. At the same time, I think there are things that can be lost in that conversation just around like how good it was, like health and intimacy and what it meant afterwards and the communication. I also think there's some lying that definitely be going on.
Ooh, okay. I definitely want to ask y'all this question when we kick our podcast into full swing this summer is how many of y'all be lying about how good it is? I want to know that. We gotta talk about that. Okay.
I definitely think there's some lying that happens, and not just about, like you said, lying about how good it was, but also lying about your own performance. Because there's a lot of us that feel like we should be dipping it, doing it, hanging from chandeliers. And honey, this is a big body Benz. I ain't hanging from no chandelier, okay? But know that you got to be able to lift because,
that's a fact.
This big body over here. So some of the other things that you can expect on this special series, the Summer Heat, Tales from the Clit.
I love that title, y'all.
Yeah. Y'all remember we made it up because for some of y'all that are younger that are watching, you may not know, but there used to be a show called Tales from the Crypt. And it used to come on, I think, like Sundays or something. It was mad scary for my young self. And so we decided to, say Tales from the Clit. Hopefully all your tales are not scary, but if they are, we're here to help you. The 1000 Club is here to help you get your Clit on 1000.
But we also want to hear the stories.
Right. Yes. So we're going to be talking about the anatomy of the vagina. We're going to be talking about self-pleasure, okay? So, ladies, you got to know yourself before you can teach anyone else how to know you. We're going to be talking about the mental health aspect of sex, how to get out of your head, also the things that have been put into your head, whether that's through religion, family values, culture values, et cetera, et cetera. We're going to be talking about how to get outside of your head. So after we get into your head, you have to get out of your head so that you can, fully enjoy your experience. As I said, we're going to have men on and off. So we're going to have them asking questions. So ladies, we should do a live for that one or something. Go live on YouTube so people can ask like questions here. I think that might be cool. Yeah. They'll be able to ask questions. Then we also we want to know men from you, what are some of your tales from the Clit? Because y'all visit the Clit, so tell us some of your tales. We're also going to talk about the vagina starter pack. So what are some things that need to be in place to start your vagina? Then we were having a recent conversation. Why are you laughing?
Because the things to start your vagina was
funny.
to start the interaction with your vagina.
No, I think it's both. I think it's well, we have to look at it, but I thought the vagina starter pack was how to start your vagina going, but also more so also including that like products and things that you should be using, like vaginal health, because all of that plays into your ability to start your vagina going.
There you go.
So I think it's a little bit of both. We can make it a little bit of both. Okay. Then Courtney and I were having a recent conversation, and if you have watched the Carisha Please, the latest episode of Carisha Please, where she's talking to what's his name? Kevin Gates, okay? He has a segment, and I wish I had the clip here. I'll play it when we play this episode, and well, I have to make sure it gets cleared by YouTube first. But anywho, he is on the episode, and he's talking about how basically big penises are not all they're cracked up to be. Because how hitting a woman's cervix is not healthy for her. And he goes into talking about, how men say, I'm about to punish it. I'm about to punish it. And he's like, that's really not what you want to do with a woman's vagina.
Shout out to the education in that.
Shout out to Kevin Gates.
Yes.
And so this actually was something that we already had on our agenda here for the summer heat, because you hear people talking about, oh, I'm a murder the pussy, I'm gonna beat it up. And it's kind of like, I don't really know if my vagina wants to be beat up.
I don't really know if anyone's vagina wants to be beat up.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that sentence makes me even like turned on to want to be a part of the interaction.
Yeah. So we want to just have a conversation about how the culture has shifted, because then I started thinking too, like, after watching P. Diddy on the bat. Oh, my hand's all in my face for those who are watching. But I'm thinking, this is like my thinking phase, okay? I'm like trying to get my mind together. P. Diddy on the BET Awards and Jodeci opened up. I just was like, man, like what happened to that music? Like even music, how we talk about, but this is men talking about vaginas, but also women. Like there is a shift, and I think it affects how we speak about it and what we think is cool and what versus what actually feels good or not. And then of course we're going to be talking about loving the person with the V. So that's all about self-love, but also for those of you all that are loving the V, someone else's V, you want to make sure you love the person that is holding the V.
Yes, all of that. Super excited, like you said, to talk about this summer and to invite not just the guests, but everyone's questions on to our podcast. So with that, we do have a couple questions that we want to pose to our listeners and our audience for you to be a part of the Summer Heat series. If you're not a guest, you can still be on the Summer Heat series. Submit your videos and your audios of these next 3 questions to be featured on the podcast. Now, mind you, you don't have to show your face. You don't have to do that, but we would like an audio transcribe of what this is. So the first question is, what has been your relationship with sex? When did you meet sex? When did you fall in love with sex? Is the second question. When did you fall in love with sex? And the third question is, stop laughing at me.
No, I'm laughing for a few reasons. For those of you all that are listening, can't see. I'm laughing, number one, because I have the phone here and she's like trying to read. We went to the National Gallery of Art Museum today, and she's reading my phone like the people in the gallery that were like, all over trying to read the exhibits. Actually, shout out to the Afro Atlantic exhibit. Today was the last day, so if you're listening to this, you missed it. But shout out to them at the National Gallery of Art. It was a really great installment just about the diaspora, and it was great because it was through art. Some of the things you've seen before, but there were a lot of things I hadn't seen. So
it was really good, really awesome.
So just like we learned today, it's 20 years from brown sugar. Right? Woo! So not when did you first fall in love with hip hop? No, the question is, when did you first fall in love with sex?
Yes. And the last question is, what was your favorite sexual experience? So to repeat that for everyone listening and watching, submit your responses, audio, to these 3 questions. You can DM us or you can send it to our email, which you can check on our Instagram page, or when you subscribe to us on YouTube, you can get that email too. The first one is, what has been your relationship with sex? The second question is, when did you first fall in love with sex? And the third question is, what was your favorite sexual experience?
So, what has been your relationship with sex, Courtney?
Oh, we're answering the questions now?
Yes, okay. That's what we discussed.
Oh, okay. Well then, what has been my relationship with sex? Whew. Well, my relationship with sex has been very interesting. My relationship with sex started at a very early age, and it has fluctuated in between time frames. It has fluctuated in between genders. It has fluctuated in between experiences. So my relationship with sex, maybe prior to my 30s, was very
fluid,
but no. My relationship with sex prior to my 30s.
I'm pretty sure that's what you just described. I'm pretty sure you just
No, my
described
relationship with sex prior to my 30s
relationship.
was very much different than it is now. My expectations for sex before, maybe even before 30, maybe like in my late 20s, my relationship with sex was different. My expectations with sex was different. As I got older, it changed to really be an experience that I want to enjoy, that I want to be a participant in, an active participant in. I want to definitely connect with. So yeah, my relationship with sex it's been very interesting.
Yeah.
What about you?
I would say that mine has been one of growth and finding my own truth, like or unlike Courtney, or I don't know, but my relationship with sex actually started pretty early too, due to an unfortunate circumstance, which definitely influenced how I thought about sex going through life. I felt like it was, I don't know. I don't know if the word is, I don't want to say I was like hypersexual in that sense, but I was very fearful of becoming hypersexual. And so as I said earlier, just like going through therapy and working through that, I've been able to accept, my sexuality at its highest frequency.
Yes.
And sexuality not in the sense of going, would you say genders, through genders, but just like my personal sexuality and its high frequency. And so
Yeah.
that is my relationship. My relationship with sex is enjoying it when it happens, because it's pretty dry right now.
Everybody on dry spell. I would also say, for anyone who's listening or watching, I'm wondering if people within our age bracket would also. I was trying to bypass that because it's
no. We need a moment.
Oh, we need a moment of silence.
We need a moment of silence.
Okay, good, because my leg is numb. Sorry, y'all.
We need a moment of silence for the fact. Let me tell you. So I prayed a prayer in December asking God to just remove all distractions, because I want a partner in purpose. And I just didn't know that
sex was on the list.
Yeah, I didn't know that it was a long waiting line. But
Sorry,
let me tell y'all, Jesus is on my main line.
Okay.
I have told him what I want, and whenever he's ready to come through. Lord.
Yes, Lord. This is the year of husbands. We ask you in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen. But what I was gonna say was, I wonder if people. Sorry, guys, I'm moving a lot. My leg fell asleep. I'm wondering if people within our age bracket would also agree with the hypersexuality piece of it, because I feel like during the time that we were going through, our teen years, sexuality, not just in terms of like not in terms of owning your sexuality and what that means in terms of who you are sexual with, but really just like being sexual on TV, men and women, like overhyping like women's body parts and things like that. So I would wonder,
what are you wondering?
If people within our age brackets feel the same way, like the hypersexualization of it. Like I'm wondering if people feel the same way.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
Let us know if that's how you feel. So we also have some shots. So we have 2 more questions, but I'd like to take a shot or half a shot, because I have quite a big shot.
Well, nobody told you to pour that.
Well, I mean, I am now, and I'm going to deem myself this today. Okay, I am a rum connoisseur. And I'm not ashamed. So people collect different things. I collect shot glasses when I travel. Okay. So today, in honor of us watching Real Housewives Girls Trip, Ex-Wives Club edition, the episode that I finished watching today was about the Prohibition. And so I recently traveled to Savannah. I have a travel planning company, United Family Organization. Follow us at United Family Organization. And I traveled to Savannah for the bachelorette festivity. Shout out to Cozy and the new Mrs. Woods. And I visited the Prohibition Museum. So my shot is the Prohibition Museum shot glass, which is really exciting. And your oh, she doesn't know what her shot glass is.
Wait, no, I had to take a
do?
second. I didn't know. You were looking at me all crazy. I had to figure out what's going on. My shot glass says "Take me drunk, I'm home." My vibe was just, turning up, sexy style. So that's what I'm feeling.
And so we're both drinking different alcohols, but they're both pink, which is an innuendo to your vagina, your vulva, right? Like everyone's looks a little different. So here's my little what do you call it? Intermission. Ladies, if you haven't had a chance, take a shot, take a mirror, spread them, and look at it. See what it looks like, okay? Know what stuff looks like for yourself. Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm only taking half of mine. Oh, mine is good. Look, she made her own. I don't know what she got over there.
My alcohol was kind of warm. That's why.
Well, anywho, so speaking of warm, when did you first fall in love with sex?
Ooh, so this is a two-part answer. I fell in love with the idea of sex when I was young because I felt like that was something you had. My hair is going somewhere. I felt like sorry, y'all. Mm-hmm. I fell in love with the idea of sex when I was young because I felt like that's what was pushed on us. Like you have to be sexual. You're in a relationship. This is obviously the next step. This is something you do. But I would say the first time I actually fell in love with sex for myself, I was in my 20s, and I had a really great partner that made sure that, questions were asked, things were made sure that, if I was comfortable or not comfortable. And I really enjoyed the act of sex. And then I think as I continue to explore it for myself, not just through my own body, but just things that I like and things that I don't like, I would say, my late 20s, mid to late 20s.
That must have been, was that a woman?
No.
Oh. No. It just sounds like a very womanly thing to do, to be so thoughtful.
It actually wasn't. And that was just one experience.
I'm just saying. It just sounded very.
Yes. You guys know I be telling my truth a lot. Sometimes maybe too much. But
anyway. Tell the truth, shame the devil. I'm gonna say in college. Mm-hmm. Yeah, in college I had a time. And I think in college it was because you're young. It's accessible, mm-hmm. and it's where I felt my most powerful. I feel like after college, with the thoughts of oh my gosh, now am I supposed to be getting married and all of that, I feel like that just clouded the judgment and just not wanting to, I guess, be all extra free, mm-hmm. But I think definitely in college. Mm-hmm.
Well, she had a time that back then.
Yeah. I found the power. Who's that? Is that V or who? The power? No. The commercial that goes, the power of the V.
That's V.
It's V, I think. Yeah, one of the shaving. No,
I think it's
Venus.
I'm your Venus.
Yes, I'm your fire.
Okay, don't say too much.
Yeah, they might cut us off. Okay. But yeah, definitely in college. I found mm-hmm. the power. And then the last question is, what was your favorite sexual experience? Do you want to answer that now, or do you need to think about it?
I may need to think about it. I've had a lot of great sexual experiences. Do you have one?
Yeah, I think mine was definitely, I was about to say a one-night stand, but it actually wasn't a one-night stand because it ended up being one night. But I think my favorites are when I travel out the country.
Ooh, when you can bing bong.
Bing bong. What do you want to tell Joe Biden right now?
What's up, baby? Take me out to dinner.
Take me out to dinner, baby. No, seriously. I think that has, and in particular, I'm gonna definitely say Jamaica has been my favorite. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
And I'll tell you more because I'm going to, we're going to do our own videos
Yes.
to the questions where we will, I guess, elaborate. While she's thinking, I do want to say this. The videos, y'all know we're going to be posting these on social media. So 30 seconds or less. You know, the algorithm whole thing. If you really need to push it, 60 seconds is your max, okay? So really think about what you're going to say prior to so that everyone can hear you and we can learn more about your tale.
So my favorite sexual experience, actually, I was in college and I had a consistent sex partner, we were doing things. And
I just like
and everything leading up to the act of sex was great. The foreplay was great, the connection was great, the playlist, shout out to LimeWire for getting us through because the playlist was on point. Every inch of that moment was great, and the sex was really, really, really good.
Yeah. What was one thing on your college playlist?
Wow, there was a lot of Trey songs on there. Anticipation 1 and 2. I would also say Pretty Ricky was running the game.
Yeah.
Back then. We also had some. Who else was on my sex playlist?
I had Plies.
Plies was on there.
I loved Plies on my sex playlist, and I also liked Kelly Rowland, Baby, I'ma be a motivation.
Ooh, that was a good one. You know what? Side note, y'all, send in your songs that are on your sex playlist. We want to build one.
We're gonna make a Tales from the Clit playlist.
Yes. So please send in your favorite or one of the songs on your playlist, your sex playlist. Let us know so we can kind of put something together. For those who are listening and need some help with the music and then just, getting in the mood for the mood,
You know what else is on my playlist? Okay. All this the strumming that's going on. Maya, My Love Is Like Whoa.
That's a good one.
That was a good one. And Rihanna's Skin.
Oh yeah, that was.
Shout out to Riri. Be looking for our next album, girl. Come on.
Girl, she don't have a baby. She ain't making it.
No, she better. She got music. She got music. All right. Well, as I said, as Courtney has said, we are the New England Hustlers bringing you this special summer edition called the Summer Heat Tales for the Clit, where we're going to be talking everything sex, health, and intimacy.
I thought she was supposed to say and anal. I'm sorry.
Okay, we said Tales from the Clit. Now you talk about.
I know, but when you said that, I was like, "What is she about to say?" I'm sorry. Continue.
I had to give a pause because this stuff is written down, people. Like Courtney's acting like there's not some sort of a script. Why? There's
but it wouldn't be
in all of the notes. I think if I did a Control F. Fine, I wouldn't even I don't even know where she comes from sometimes. So,
but it wouldn't be me if I didn't go off script. But continue.
Yeah. All right. So, as Courtney has said, we invite you to submit your tale from the Clit, answering one of 3 questions, which will be posted on our social media. So decide what question you'd like to answer. We want to hear from both the ladies and the fellas.
Yeah.
Okay, so answer the question. Send us a video, preferably. But if you're nervous about showing your face to talk about it, you can send us the audio. It will remain anonymous, so we'll know who it is, but
no one else
will know who it is. But yeah, we'll send that and we will post it and probably talk about it on the show. And if it's real good, it's a real juicy, we're gonna invite you on the show. We're gonna invite you on the podcast to talk about it, ladies or gentlemen. And then lastly, we're putting together Tales from the Clit playlist. And we can start that. We're gonna put it on iTunes and Spotify to help you spice up your summertime. Yes. Or like a salt and pepper. He's a summertime.
Hey,
some of yours, some of mine. He's a summertime all year round. Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna have a playlist and we want you to be a part of that with your tale from your Clit. Anything else you'd like to add that's on script?
No. I've said all I need to say.
All right. Well,
We have the rest of our shots. So
yes. What are we
let's
toasting
cheer,
to?
like toasting to a summer.
First of all, you had an actual real shot size, and you only go ahead.
So it's equivalent to how much you took.
I have a double.
Y'all
shot.
should be doing this all the time. Okay, we're not even going to get into this. What we're going to cheers to is this Summer Heat Tales from the Clit special that we about to go in on. The guests that are coming on, the conversations we're going to have, and lives that will be changed because of it.
Yeah, I feel like that was a prayer in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay. Cheers.
Bye.